You're hearing it today, listeners, on the show. And you can go to the show notes or to Dr. Ann's site, and you can go to her school and you can actually get all of her information that she shares about each of these systems. But I want to veer off in a little bit of a different direction, Dr.
Sure.
Ann, because what I'm going to do for this portion of the interview is I'm going to have this be a video snippet so
Sure.
that people can actually visually see how incredibly youthful and shiny and bright and healthy that you are.
Oh, God.
And then I would love for you to walk us through, I know there's no typical day, but a day in the life of Dr. Ann. Like, what does it look like? How do you get up? What kind of stress management tools do you use?
Sure.
Of course, the food,
Happy to
physical
do it.
activities, because you are so known for your work in nutrition. But as you mentioned, and this also kind of wraps up and goes back to the beginning of the interview, all of the different areas, sleep,
Mhm.
physical activity, wellness is not just what you eat, and you actually cover it all. So show us in how you live, because you can see it flowing through you. You're a poster child of your work.
Thank you. You're sweet. And I will say, I don't just walk my talk. I feel like I run it. And I do that because, first of all, it feels so good. It's like, why would you want to pass it up? And that's what really keeps people on track. Once they feel wellness in their own lives and it's so tangible, then they're hooked forever. And frankly, I know I can't speak with the authenticity that I think it takes to really change people unless I'm doing it myself, right? Of course. So, typical day for me, I wake up early, 5:15. I get out of bed. I go have a pour over cup of freshly brewed coffee. We're like coffee fanatics in my family. My husband's usually sitting there with me. We don't talk much in the morning. We sip on our coffee. I usually read some sort of, while I'm sipping on the coffee, frankly, something spiritual. And then we both meditate, and I proceed my meditation with a very intense breathing. I'm a big fan of Wim Hof. So I do 3 to 4 rounds of Wim Hof breathing. And then I go right from that. And I've been doing that. That's one of the newer things for me in my wellness journey. I've been doing that for a few months. I could tell the first time I did it, I could feel it right away. And I'm a huge fan. And then I go right from that into my morning meditation. And I do a form of meditation called centering prayer. I guess you could say it's a Christian based meditation. And essentially, I'm trying to just truly every moment connect with God. That is what I'm doing in my meditation. And whatever it takes for me to do that is what I'm attempting to do. It's basically just letting go, letting go, letting go, constantly bringing my focus back to that divine presence. And I do that at 20 minutes, and then I pray actively. And I say my prayers, and then I read a little bit of the Bible. Not a lot, but I do. And then I usually read a little bit of a book related to my genre in a way that I'm almost trying to study it. I love working out my brain. My brain got kind of addicted to like studying and memorizing and learning. And I like to keep it sharp like that. I'll read a section and then I'll literally kind of recite it back to myself, just kind of always kind of getting my brain waked up. And then I go exercise and I do everything. So I swim, I spin, I have a Peloton, I do hot yoga, I do Bikram yoga, I run, I walk. Today I swam, yesterday I ran. Tomorrow I'll probably spin, Wednesday I'll probably go to yoga, hot yoga, but I do my exercise in the morning. Then I come home. There are many days that I don't eat before I exercise because I try to pretty much do intermittent fasting or a semblance of it where I limit my eating into always in a 10-hour window. But I like to do at least three days a week that is I'm eating in an 8-hour window. But I always can tell if I need a little bit of food. So I did have this morning before swimming, I had some fresh pineapple. I had a half a banana and a little, maybe 2/3 of a cup of frozen mixed berries. I put those all together. I threw I keep a jar of, I call it the triple seed mix, hemp, chia, and flax in my fridge. And I put those seeds on it. I drizzled a little bit of kefir And then my daughter happened to bring me from Costa Rica, one from the Nicoyan area, where it's one of the blue zones, this like concoction that they do that's slightly sweet. I don't know what it's made from, but I put a little bit of that in there and a little cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon. And I had that on the way to the pool. And then I got back from the pool and I came and I showered and I, did my hair a little bit more than I normally would and actually put on a little bit of makeup because I was doing this and did some work stuff and then had this. And so I will work usually till about 5:30. At one point I'll have lunch. Well, here's what I try to do with my eating. I try to have no animal-based foods at breakfast or at lunch. And if I have it at dinner, it's one serving. And it's typically, most commonly going to be seafood, some chicken. Last night we ate vegetarian. I have a garden, so we're growing zucchini. I had great zucchini. I had some leftover quinoa, so we did quinoa, zucchini fritters. They were delicious. What else did I have with that? Before that, we always do a pre-dinner salad, or most days we do a pre-dinner salad. I had a salad. It was a lot of baby spinach. I put some cucumber. I put some apple. I put a little avocado. And then I made these fritters. I thought I had one more thing with it. Of course I did. What did I have with that? That wouldn't have been enough for my husband. I had one more veggie on the side, but I can't remember what it was right now. Anyway, and tonight, I'm not sure what I'm going to have tonight. Lunch is going to be probably a big salad. I do have some leftovers in there. I have two more of those zucchini fritters left. So I'll probably put one of those on top of a big salad. And I try to put I'm trying to have the 30 plus plant-based foods a week. So that's the greatest predictor of a healthy microbiome is a variety of 30 or more plant-based foods a week. So I just love always looking for opportunity to have plant-based variety in my diet. I always have after my lunch, which is going to be almost totally plant-based, whether it's leftovers or a big salad or sometimes homemade soups or just like leftover homemade vegetable soups. I always have my dark chocolate, 2 squares of dark chocolate. My favorite thing to pair with it is dried figs. Right now I'm out of dried figs. I do have some raisins, that works, but a little bit of not too sweet granola will work with that too. A little bite of granola, a little bite of dark chocolate. I'll probably have some tea at some point in the day, chamomile tea. I don't do caffeine afternoon. And if I do the chamomile, I'll do probably a double shot of that. I like that to sip on in my work afternoon. It's pretty common if I'm doing intense work, like where I'm really having to focus, that I will get up and go for, I'd say, Zoe, I'm going around the block. Zoe's my assistant. And she knows what that means. She does it too. It's like a brain, I live in a beautiful area, by the way. I mean, it is so beautiful right outside there in historic downtown Charleston and right next to the High Battery. So I will walk out and do this loop. It takes me about going really fast, about 14 minutes, come back and refocus on work again. And then usually almost always in the afternoon, I will walk my dog. And it may be a 20-minute walk. It might be a 30-minute walk, but I almost always take a walk and then come back, start preparing my dinner. I love cooking. I sip on a small glass of red wine as I cook my dinner. My husband's usually there and he can be in the room where the kitchen's kind of got this porch off of it and we can kind of engage with one another. And then we try to have our dinner by 7:30. We don't always achieve that, but we try to. And we may watch an hour of some quality TV, maybe, maybe not, but that would be the most we would watch. And then we get into bed pretty early, like 9:00, and I will read again. And I read all kind of things. Right now, I've got the commencement address that the Russians, I'm not going to be able to say the name, Solzhenitsyn, I know he's very famous, gave. My brother went to Harvard Business School and he gave the graduation address. And it is fascinating. I'm reading that, the transcription of the speech. I love history at night. A lot of times I just read things that, I don't know, don't stimulate me too much. So anyway, that was a kind of a typical working day, and weekends are a little different. I love nature. I spend a lot of time. We have a place in a beautiful area called the Ace Basin, and you've probably seen it if you've seen the movie Forrest Gump.
Yes. Okay. So
Probably
what
most
part of the movie is that?
So about half the movie was filmed on the property.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
the house.
the
Wow.
oak tree, Jenny's house, the like lawnmower scenes, the Vietnam scenes. Anyway, it's very beautiful and it's my family's property. And my parents live there and they retired there. And then I'm from a very large, lots of siblings, and a few of us have homes there. And so we have like a weekend farmhouse that we go to, and that's where my garden is. And it's on the river and we kayak. I'm a bird watcher. So nature is a very important part of my life too.
Wow. Okay. So, Dr. Ann, I think the final mantra is going to be that you can create your own blue zone. Like, essentially, that's what you've done, right? Not,
You are the queen of great mantras. Those are great. All your mantras. Send me these. They're so good.
of course, yes. And, we'll have little quotes and things like that. But like these mantras do live on because they're pithy and they encapsulate this beautiful wisdom that you live, that you not just walk, but run in your life. It's like I was trying to pull out some like headlines in terms of like the inspirational work that you do and the variety and the stress reduction. And then, you know what? The decadent chocolate. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're just
And
all
the
in a
little red wine.
yeah. I didn't get the sense that it was like a straitjacket. I got the sense that it was fun and
Oh, yeah.
flowing
I
and
feel totally, and that's when you know you're home free with the whole wellness piece is I feel totally free and comfortable. It's not like, it's not like I have to like use willpower. I feel like I have the best tasting diet in the world. And I feel like my lifestyle is just so pleasant.